When people think about landscape photography, they immediately think about super wide angle or wide angle lenses. And yes, wide angle lenses are amazing. But the problem is that most of the beginners and some photographers think that wide angle lenses are the only lens for landscape photography, but that is not true. And honestly, that mindset is keeping many of the beginners and photographers from creating amazing and stunning landscape photos. Because sometimes the best landscape photos are not created by showing more, it is by showing less. Today we are talking about why telephoto lenses can be a powerful tool for landscape photography and how these lenses can help you to master one of the most important concepts in landscape photography, and that is subtraction. Wide-angle lenses became so popular in landscape photography for a very good reason. They allow you to include giant skies, foreground elements, leading lines, and a sense of scale and also dramatic perspective. And when your subject is close and very important, using a wide-angle lens is your best choice. For example, if you want to include flowers in the foreground or texture rocks or some ice formation or maybe some interesting elements in the foreground, you can use the wide-angle lens. And when you do so, those elements in the foreground become part of your story. The wide-angle lens exaggerates perspective and creates depth, and that is exactly what you want when you shoot with a wide-angle lens. And this is where most of the beginners and some photographers make the mistake and use wide-angle lens for everything, even when your main subject is far away from you. And here is something that beginners discover the hard way. Let's say you arrive at a beautiful mountain, you take a photo with a wide-angle lens, and suddenly the mountain is kind of tiny and looks small, and the scene loses impact. Why? Because wide-angle lenses expand the scene. They make distant subjects even look farther away. And sometimes the frame is filled with distractions like empty foreground, messy trees, random rocks. And instead of strengthening the image, the frame, these elements are gonna weaken it and it's gonna lose its impact. One of the most important skills in photography is not adding, but removing what doesn't belong. And this is where the conception of subtraction becomes so powerful. Subtraction means that you get rid of distracting element in your frame. And by doing so, you're gonna focus the attention of the viewers to the main subject. And this is exactly where telephoto lenses become a very powerful tool. Telephoto lenses just help you to simplify the scene. By using a telephoto lens, you can emphasize and isolate the strongest point in the frame. I will summarize this whole thing in 3 sentences. You remove distraction, you clean up the frame, and you direct the viewer's attention exactly where you want. Another reason that telephoto lenses work fantastic with landscape is compression. Wide-angle lenses stretch distance, and telephoto lenses visually compress distance. When you shoot mountains with a telephoto lens, the mountains look closer. Layers become more dramatic, fog and atmospheric depth become stronger, and suddenly the landscape feels stronger and cinematic. That's why so many professional landscape photographers use lenses like 70 to 200, 100 to 400, 200 prime lenses. And when your subject is far away from you, you can use even a 500 or 600 millimeter lens for landscape photography. So let's talk about when should you use each. There's a simple rule. If your subject is close and important, wide-angle lens is perfect. But if your subject is far away, there's going to be a lot of distracting elements surrounding it. And by using a telephoto lens, you can subtract these distractions. And that is where telephoto lens for landscape photography shines. They allow you to isolate the subject, simplify composition, and also compress layers, remove clutter, and create stronger visual impact. Creating stunning landscape photography doesn't mean that you have to include everything in the frame. That causes clutter. But when you use telephoto lens, you subtract the distracting elements and you guide your viewer's eye straight to the main subject. Wide-angle lenses absolutely deserve their place in landscape photography, but they're not the only option. Sometimes the strongest landscape images come from compression, isolation, simplicity, and subtraction. A telephoto lens will give you all of that. So next time you are packing to go and shoot some landscape, just don't pack only your wide-angle lens. Take your telephoto with you and you will be amazed. It might completely change how you see the landscape and how you shoot landscape. So let me know if you prefer wide-angle or telephoto lens when you shoot landscape photography. Just leave it in the comments and share it with me and other people who are watching the channel. So without any further ado, I'm gonna take some photos with different focal lengths and we're gonna take a look at them together. Let's open Lightroom, and these are the photos I took. And we're going to start with 24 millimeter. I'm shooting this at f8, ISO 200, and 1,000th of a second shutter speed. As you can see, we have a lot of distractions over here. What I'm aiming is these mountains over here. So taking this shot with a wide-angle lens is not right. Let's change to 70. As you can see, we got rid of some distractions, and also over here right now at 70 millimeter, the compression is starting. Let's go to 200 and more subtraction, and also more compression at 200 millimeter, 300. So let's compare this to each other. All right, we have 200 millimeter over here and 300. You can see we get more compression and subtraction in this area, getting rid of this part of the building, and we are aiming more at the mountains and these houses on the hills. So this is 300, 400, and as you can see, compared to 200, more compression and more subtraction. Now we're gonna compare it to 500, and as you can see, we have a lots of compression, and these layers have been compressed, and the subjects look much closer to each other. But in the 200, there's distance. And if we go to, let's say 70 millimeter, you can see the difference over here. If you like the video, just go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. I post a new video every week on Monday or Tuesday, and by subscribing you won't miss any of the upcoming videos. If you have a question, leave it in the comments and I'd be more than happy to answer them. As always, take good care of yourself, keep shooting. I see you in the next video, and cheers.